Hey everyone, I wanted to give my impressions on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 Remastered. I was gonna try to get this out earlier, but numerous things came up this month, so I wasn't able to get it out on time. So, if everything goes well, this should at least be out by the first week of August when I'm uploading it. But yeah, it happened. We finally got Pro Skater 3 and 4 remastered after, I don't know, fucking 5 years. Fuck you, Activision. I still got the game because I was excited for it, and I vote with my wallet, and my wallet says I want more Tony fucking Hawk games. But holy shit, shutting down fucking Vicarious Visions? Are you serious, dude? They were your bread and butter for the fucking good while because they made the fucking Crash Trilogy remaster and they made the 1+2. And it was literally like, dude, you had a heavy hitter studio when it came to remasters. Iron Galaxy did a pretty good job. They didn't do amazing, like, for fuck's sake. From what I've heard, the 2 original levels we got in there was because they wanted to make new levels, not the fact they were having trouble making Carnival or Chicago. They just did it so there was new levels in the game. And it's just like, are you serious? You could have just added this in a future update, which, oh my god, I hope they add Carnival and Chicago in a future update, because that's ridiculous. What do you mean you made new levels just so you could have new levels? That's not the point of a remaster. A point of the remaster is to give the original games another shot, which, speaking of that, I kind of understand what they did with career mode. I was fully skeptical on Pro Skater 4 here, but honestly, I feel like they did the best they could. Though I will say the London thing where Officer Dick is like a British cop, like, or it's his cousin or whatever, that was like completely unnecessary. I mean, it was kind of fun, broke up the monotony a little bit, but like, what was the point? It doesn't make really any sense to have this be a part of the level aside from, oh, hey guys, look, it's Jack Black. But like, the thing is, with how many problems I have with it, I have so many good things to say about it. Like, every level looks beautifully recreated. It is 100% accurate to how it originally was, which is great. Do that. I like it when the levels are actually the same. And honestly, I'm having a lot of fun finding the secrets because I never really played Pro Skater 3 that much. So a lot of the stuff I was doing to figure out the goals and everything was stuff I was figuring out for the first time. Aside from the secret areas, I just looked those up because I was wondering where they were. But every level looks great here. I don't mind the advertisements or anything. Anyone who gets mad about the advertisements should really look back at the original games because holy shit, those were laden with fucking advertisements as well. I mean, for fuck's sake, in Underground, you were at a McDonald's with a hibachi chef. That makes no sense. And you didn't complain about it back then, but you're complaining that they have like Taco Bell and Tony the Tiger now. I know not everyone's complaining about that, but I figured I'd bring it up in case that does come up. But like, the levels are good. Like, they're not bad. It's Pro Skater 3 and 4, which Suburbia is the highlight. I love what they did with Suburbia aside from the Thin Man goals in the career mode. Other than that, Suburbia looks amazing. I love how it turned out in this remaster. Another highlight would be Cruise Ship, though I'm disappointed. They removed the secret Easter egg if you break all the glass in it's not greenhouse, but you know what I'm talking about, the area that has the glass roof. They removed the Easter egg if you break all the panes of glass, which is entirely disappointing to me. That's what I like about the original Pro Skater 3 is that while it does have a lot of, like, it introduces, like, changing up the levels, like, with Los Angeles and everything, you also had those little Easter eggs for just doing some monotonous thing. And I feel like games nowadays should have more of those rather than just not rewarding you for just doing something out of curiosity. And actually, let me get back on Pro Skater 4's career real quick. One thing I did enjoy about it is that they incorporated some of the goals people thought they weren't going to incorporate. And I'm not talking about the ones where, like, it affects the level or anything. I'm talking about, like, the pink elephants in college, for example. They worked that in a pretty creative way, though it is kind of infuriating if you don't know what you're doing or don't know the trail of the pink elephants. And I found that pretty fun that they actually were incorporating some of the more unique goals into it. And I honestly thought the fact that they had the level-specific elements, like the Vert Park in San Francisco, Cisco and the parade floats in college. I thought those were going to be completely obstructive to how the game plays, but not really. I actually found that it's a pretty well. I mean, in San Fran, it completely changes up how you have to go around that middle section, but it wasn't too intrusive when I was playing, and I found it perfectly fine. Though I am disappointed with the zoo level. I think everyone can agree that zoo turned out very bad in this because they decided to make it an abandoned zoo because they didn't want to do any animal animations. Heck, actually, that brings me to in San Francisco where the seals would be. You just have a bunch of dudes messing with the fish, I guess, and that's the new goal instead of the sea lions or the seals, and it's just ridiculous. Oh, also speaking of Pro Skater 4's career, for the pro goals on Water Park, they bring back Eric Sparrow for some reason. I don't know if it's been verified if it's his original VA. They got someone who sounds incredibly close though, which is impressive. But like Iron Galaxy, I feel like really just wants to get to the Underground 1 remaster because their logo in the intro is like a spray paint graphic rather than like a regular title card, and including Eric Sparrow here, I feel like they're just using this as a testing grounds to get get themselves used to the engine of Pro Skater 1+2. So which makes me curious because I remember reading something that the engine for Pro Skater 1+2 was actually based off of the source code of Underground 2, and then they just sort of reworked it from there to make it closer to playing like Pro Skater 1 and 2, obviously with reverts and manuals and stuff. Whereas here, all those moves were already introduced in these games actually, so the moveset is pretty much what you would have had aside from 3 having spine transfers. It's pretty much the moveset you would have had in those games anyway. Oh, here's one big disappointment. Create-A-Skater is basically the exact same as 1+2. There is a few more options, though it's mostly board options. Like you can change the wear and tear on your board, which I love. But I remember saying this was them saying this was like an improved Create-A-Skater. It's not. It's literally just the creation suite from 1+2, except you have different clothing items pretty much. And I'm honestly disappointed by the lack of items. I don't know if some of these are locked behind the challenges or anything, but like for one, you don't have any Nike shoes for your custom skater. They don't have Nike shoes for some reason, even though you have Nike sponsored skaters like Costin. And then some clothing items like Zero is missing like 4 items that would have been in the original game, and that really pisses me off because I love Zero and I usually rock Zero or Element, which Element isn't in this game though. I'm pretty sure they're having troubles right now because last time I heard in the US at least they sold their company the Jack Pacific, so now they're fucking Walmart boards now. Yeah. Anyways, back to the game. I will give them this. The model quality in this game is absolutely amazing, especially on the pros. Because the pros, you can notice these little tiny details that, I think Pro Skater 1+2 was probably this accurate as well because they also did scans. But this game is so accurate that, like, even the small little logos on, like, shoes and everything are still intact. Because I was like, I wonder what shoes Bam is rocking in this game because he wasn't wearing the dark amethyst Nike SB mid blazers. Okay, quick interjection. My mic broke while I was recording this video, so I had to order a new one. That's why this audio might sound different, and also that's why this video was late. I was supposed to get this out like a fucking week ago. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, on BAM shoes, they actually have the Warsaw logo on the back of them, which I find is pretty cool detail-wise. I know they scan in everybody, but you don't think it would actually have that much detail. I'm so used to like how the 360 era did it, where technically all that shit was scanned in, like Guitar Hero and everything, where they're technically scanned in if it's a still alive person. But it baffles me still how small of details you can get in these games nowadays. The one thing I definitely got to mention is the soundtrack. I'm mixed on it. A lot of the new songs and I'm talking new songs, not songs that were by the original artist put into this game. Like, it's a different song by an artist that was originally on the soundtrack. But the new choices are pretty alright. Jeff Rosenstock is in the fucking game, which is actually technically his second time being in a Tony Hawk game, because Pegasus's XL was in Pro Skater HD, which I didn't even know about that till I was like listening to some of the soundtracks. But yeah, a lot of the new songs are alright. The alternate song choices from the original artist are pretty okay, though. Why the hell did you use Holidays in the Sun? That was already in Proving. Yeah, it was Proving Ground. But my problem is, Tony said it was to discover new music. And with this, it's a second chance for old fans and a first chance for newer fans to get into to play these games. The thing is, a lot of the bands that are on these original soundtracks aren't, at least with Pro Skater 3 and some of Pro Skater 4, aren't as well known as some other artists that appear on these. Because, like, sure, with Pro Skater 3, you get the heavy hitters like If You Must by Del the Funky Homo Sapien, 96 Quite Bitter Beings by CKY, Not the Same by Body Jar. But you miss other ones that are amazing, like fucking Wish by Alien Ant Farm. That song is sorely missed in this game. Some of my favorites, like fucking Check by Zebrahead, I'm Destroying the World by Guttermouth, or I Can't Surf by Reverend Horton Heat. Like, those songs are like ones that I permanently associate with Pro Skater 3, and they're not here. And I mean, with Pro Skater 4, you don't even have TNT, which is that game's intro song. That didn't make it into it. Also, like Bouncing Souls, Manthem, fun song. I mean, for fuck's sake, I mean, Agent Orange is still in this game, but I would rather hear Bloodstains and Everything Turns Gray. That one fits skateboarding better. The Distillers, Seneca Falls, Flogging Molly, Drunken Lullabies, that would have been awesome to hear, and that would have also broken up some of the other music, because I think these games also need to, break up, like, what songs they have and have more diversity. I'm so disappointed by All My Friends Are Metalheads not making it in. Express Yourself, also extremely mad by not getting it into the game. By the time I get to Arizona by Public Enemy, sorely missed. Like, Pro Skater 4 has such a banger soundtrack, and none of these, like, not even half of these songs or artists even make it into the game. Tony, I get you want to introduce people to new music, but, like, you could have had, like, a half-half. Like, Pro Skater 1 plus 2 even had, like, half and half. This game has, like, six songs from the original game, and then the rest of the soundtrack is just other songs they pulled into here. Like, are you kidding me? I'm not dissing Tony for what he wanted to do with that, but it just feels like missing the point on why people love these soundtracks and how attached people can be to these soundtracks, which honestly makes me worried for Underground 1 and 2 if they ever get remastered or remade, especially story mode wise, because a lot of those games, I say a lot of those games, both of those games, a lot of the stuff in them is like directly related to the the mid 2000s, especially soundtrack wise and story wise. It feels like something's going to be completely messed up if they go for Underground 1 and 2, which I hope they go for Underground 1 and 2, but it also worries me if they do with how they handled this one. Also, real quick thing, the last positive point probably. Props to them for having the skateboarding videos again, but oh my goodness, they really should have made sure they had more diverse track selection between skaters, because there's at least, I think, per skater, or like every 3 skaters will have the same song. Like, there's at least, like, several instances of, like, 3 skaters having the same song over their video. And I'm just wondering if they didn't have the full soundtrack done yet, so they just went with the guaranteed songs on the soundtrack, which worries me quite a bit. But, like, there's, like, 4 or 3 videos that uses 96 Quite Bitter Beings, including Bam's one, which Bam's one, it makes sense. But it's just like, you couldn't have had a more diverse selection for the videos themselves. Other than that, I still like how they have the videos still here. Also, props for them to actually make a BAM secret tape and actually include new footage, because it was like half and half. It has old footage that we've all seen, and it has new footage that we've all seen. Which also brings me to the point, what the hell is going on with Element? Because in BAM's video, all the Element logos are uncensored, so what's the deal with that? Okay, so I think I'm done with this video. If you like it, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. Please subscribe. I'm going to try to come up with some sub goals soon. And I hope this video was informative or enjoyable. It probably wasn't. I'm out. Let me know what you thought of Pro Skater 3 and 4. Despite how much negative stuff I've said here, I personally find it fun. and I look forward to completing more of it and unlocking more stuff in it. But yeah, let me know what y'all think of it. Peace.